Okay, lovelies. Just enjoy lying down on your mat. And just tuning in to how you're feeling just as you begin to lie there and everything starts to gradually soften. Notice if there's a few aches and pains. Don't read into them, just acknowledge them. And take a moment to ground your energies down into Mother Earth, into Gaia, either through your feet, imagining roots like a tree, or maybe little roots coming all from the back of your body or your tailbone. And this links in with the Muladhara, root chakra, base of the spine. I'd like to work with the 5th dimensional colours. So when you think of the root of your spine, just tune into platinum. And then when you're ready, just draw your awareness to your sacral area of the body, Svadhisthana, and try and tune into a colour of magenta, linked with our emotions and our joy and passions. And then drawing your awareness up to solar plexus, this energy centre of self-worth, and try and in your mind think of a golden rainbow, that colour of golden rainbow. And then as you bring energy up to your heart centre, this is pure white. Imagine it just radiating out of you like an internal sun. And then throat Vishuddhi is royal blue. And both your third eye, Ajna, and your crown, Sahasrara, are crystal. So if you can just sort of see what this looks like or feels like in your mind's eye. Checking in with how you're feeling emotionally today. Spiritually and mentally, is the mind busy? Or can we imagine like a snow globe that we just put still? Everything is starting to settle and the picture becomes clear, there's clarity. So we will begin now, just our stretches and our warm-up. So when you're ready, on your next inhale, taking your right arm up and over, just let the hand fall to the floor behind you and lifting your toes so the foot's flexed, and gently just enjoy this stretch. Start to lower the hip, create space in the waist, and as you raise the arm, just stretching the palm of your hand and the fingers wide, and just feel the energy in the palm chakra. Lovely stretch through the shin and the calf here, and now just point the toes. Notice how it changes the feeling, and this is stimulating stomach meridian. And on the exhale, just let the arm float down to the side of your body, palms up, Shavasana, just relax. And then on the next inhale, left side, left arm over and back. And again, flexed foot, toes lifted, pushing into your heel, nice stretch in the plantar of your foot, and lifting away with the arm, stretching the fingers wide, activating through the arm meridians as well. And now point the toes. And on the exhale, arm down. Palms up, just a breath here. And then when you're ready, inhale, both arms up and over, and really just enjoy this lovely stretch. Tuck the chin in maybe a little, and then enjoy just sort of flexing, then point the toes, then flex the feet again, and just move the ankles backwards and forwards. Lovely stretch through the shoulder blades. You can feel your back perhaps lift away from the mat a little more. And then when you're ready, exhale, arms come down, just noticing everything you feel as you move the shoulder joint. And then palms up in Shavasana. Take just a gentle breath. And then when you're ready, just bring your right knee into chest. Hands around your shin. We'll take a deep inhale here. And then as we exhale, we'll bring the forehead up towards the knee. And really just observe consciously the full exhale leaving your body. Hold the breath outside for a moment. And then when you're ready, inhale coming down. We'll swap sides, do the left. Same again, deep breath in. And exhale as you come up. Follow the breath leaving the body, belly falls to spine. Hold the breath out, external Kungabaka. Inhale when you're ready, coming down. And then both knees, third time. So same again, deep breath. Feel the belly, feel the breath, feel the belly in the chest. And then exhale coming up. And then inhale when you're ready, come down. Just hold your hands on your knees and gently just rock from side to side. This is very nurturing to your back and your spine, and making maybe small circles on your back. Whatever feels good. We're going to be kind to ourselves today. Okay. And then we'll just bring the feet to the mats. We'll come into thread the needle. So bring your right foot onto your left knee. And then reaching round your left thigh with your hands. And if you can, just bring that leg away from the mat so that you're hugging both legs towards you. Get a lovely stretch through the right buttock and thigh here. This is really lovely if you do suffer with sciatica, as long as it's not really in a high active flare. This can be quite good for relieving. Let's do the other side. So just drop the leg down gently, swap over. The left foot on the right, sort of knee and thigh. And we'll do the same again. Hug round and draw the leg away. Notice if it feels really different one side from the other. Often there's just a subtle difference in the body. Take a few deep breaths. Notice how tense you are. And then gently, let's just release the hands, relax. Hug the knees in for a moment if you want to. We're going to come up to seated onto cushions if that's comfortable for Paramuktasana 1, the warm-up sequence. Okay. So either on the cushion or not, it doesn't matter. If you're more comfortable with your legs out. So just bring hands to Chin Mudra. And close your eyes. Just gently settle into this seated pose. Notice if you're slumping in your spine or whether you can have a gentle lift with it not being too rigid. Eyes closed, tune into your breath and just engage Muladhara at the root of your spine. Take the chin down now on your exhale. And just pause here for a moment. Notice how much tension you're holding in the back of your neck and the upper spine. Relaxing shoulders. Take a breath in to center, and then we'll take the chin up to the ceiling. Opening through Vishuddhi, imagining a lovely royal blue around the throat still. Breathe into center. And exhale, chin down. Again, just take a moment to pause here and feel whatever you feel and how far it radiates through your body. And then coming up once more to chin to ceiling. Opening that lovely throat chakra and coming back to center. We're going to tilt the head to the right. So right ear to right shoulder. And just feel that stretch through the side of your neck, the left side, and sweep over to the other side. We'll do all these twice. So over to the right again. And just observe any differences here. Coming over left. And coming back to center. We're going to twist and our head, excuse me, as if we're gazing over the right shoulder. You can keep your eyes closed. We'll sweep left and just observe the difference in range that we have here. So come right again. And left. And coming back to center. Take your chin down to your chest and a full rotation of your head all the way around, just once in each direction. tuning into the subtleties of the noises that you hear in your neck. Another way. Coming back round to centre. Lovely. When you're ready, you can blink your eyes open and extend hands out in front of you. Thumbs in and thumbs out as we just stretch our fingers. These are all anti-rheumatic movements, so good for our little joints. And then palms up and down. And rotating. Just a few times each way. Noticing any clicky noises that you get. Lovely. Palms up, deep breath in. Just 3 times, bringing fingers to shoulders. And then extend in the inhale. Tune into your elbows. This is purposely on your elbows. Just draw your awareness here. And then just leaving fingers on shoulders and rotating now. Just loosen up whatever we're holding here. And the other way a few times. Feels nice. I think this is where we hold a lot of burdens in our body, a lot of responsibilities, and just let them fall off a little bit. Okay, come off your cushions. Extend your legs. Let's come into Dandasana. Walk out the pads of your buttocks, just so you feel your sit bones connect more to the mat. Okay, and then you can just lean back into your fingers. We'll do the toes like we did the hands. So stretching toes and curling them. That feels really lovely and cool. Can you feel the coolness between your toes? Yeah, come on. And then pointing and flex. Lovely. One foot over the other, doesn't matter which, and we'll rotate in both directions a few times. Give our feet a bit of love. They take the weight of us all day, all our 10,000 steps that we should be taking. And then other side. Just whatever movement feels right. Lovely. Okay. Bend your right knee, hands under thigh, and just gently moving the knee joint. Doesn't have to be high. Just tune into how that feels in this part of your body. And then hands around the shin. We'll just lift the foot away and make circles like we're stirring a pot. Just a few times in both directions. Lovely. Other side. Knee first, then the hip. So take this opportunity to really kind of listen to how your body feels today. Notice anything new as well. So hip now. Just a few times. It's good to just imagine like you're sort of oiling all these joints and getting them ready for movement. Let's draw our soles of our feet together. Have a moment just to soften into a butterfly. So let this become quite passive and relaxed. We don't have to be too rigid here. Just let the head hang forwards. Take some nice deep belly breaths. Maybe sigh on the exhale if that feels good. Notice how much tension you're holding in the neck and shoulders. And this is really lovely for stimulating liver and kidneys and your gallbladder. Okay, just lifting up. Okay. So I'd like to come to standing. We'll just start stretching with the spine forward a few times. So if you at any time need to just grab onto something, please do. Okay, inhale, lift up. And then exhale, we'll just swan dive down, bending from the hips, not the waist. Just a nice slow forward fold. We're getting a lovely stretch through the whole back of our body. Just let yourself dangle like a rag doll for a moment here. Nice deep breaths. This is lovely for your bladder channel that runs through the back of your body. Let the head and neck soften. And then when you inhale next, let's start to roll up. Just stack the spine one at a time, like a little tower of bricks. We'll do that one more time, nice and slowly. Inhale up. And exhale as we swan dive forward. Lovely. You can hold on to your elbows if you want to. Sometimes that's quite nice. It feels like you can pull your upper arms away from your body a bit more and stretch through the shoulder blades. Bend into your knees generously if you need to. We'll take one more inhale here and roll up. And just feeling your back and feeling your spine, roll your shoulders up as well. Okay, lovely. So we will start with a balance. Tree pose. I know you all have a little bit of a moan with this one, but just come near a wall or just somewhere where you feel a little bit more just safe, you know. So let's start by lifting our toes. Plant each toe down individually. Get that lovely grounding in your feet. And notice if you need to lift the arches of your feet, because often our arches do fall in. Mine often do as well. And then opening in Tadasana. Okay, lovely. And then we're going to take the weight into the right leg first. If all you want to do is bring your heel to ankle, then, and that's where you feel safe and you can keep the toes just gently on the mat, you can. And then you can lift the toes if you want to. But if you want to come up and you're quite familiar with this pose, then you can do below or above the knee, never on the knee, because it pushes on the knee joints. So, and then just bring hands to heart center. And gazing ahead, if you find like a knot in the wood or maybe even something sort of on the wall behind me where you just want to kind of have a look, it's a way of focusing our gaze. Take the wall, honestly, please. There's a post behind you, Val. Okay, gaze at something. Well done. Let's take our arms up, inhale. Don't worry if you have to keep putting your foot down, it's absolutely fine. Inhale as we draw our arms up. Trees do wobble and sway, so it's okay. Coming back, lovely. Give your legs a shake in case you can feel that. Okay, so we're going to ground left leg. Again, just feel like you've got roots coming out the sole of your feet. And if you want to have heel to ankle and just play with the idea of the toes coming up, you can do, or below or above the knee, wherever you're most comfortable. Don't worry if you have to really wobble on your foot, because your foot always needs to adjust. It's always compensating. That's fine, right? How many of you are just breathing into your chest? Holding your breath even. Okay, breathe into your belly, arms up. And open, exhale. Breathe in, arms up. And down. There's a few times there where I felt really wobbly as well. My foot's going, like that. So don't worry, we're all the same. Okay, I'd like to do a lovely slow sun salutation. So if you come to the top of your mats, just to get your body moving, and because the aircon is on, it's nice to get a little bit of heat with us too. So hands to heart center. Take a lovely deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, let's salute the sun. Gentle back bend, folding forward on the exhale. Bend your knees if you need to, especially if you've got any twinges in your back, and then lifting your back, flatten your spine, looking ahead of you. Hands down to mat, and then the right leg comes back, knee comes down. Hands stay on the mat, and we're gazing up towards the sun. And then back toes turn under. We're going to bring the left foot back into down dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Grounding the base of your fingers and the base of your palm. Sometimes we can really feel the palm lifted off of the mat. So just grounding, straightening the back, lifting that tailbone. Deep breath in. Exhale, we bend the knees, come back down to the mat. Bring the buttocks back to the heels, all on the exhale. And then we flow through the pose of 8 curves across the mat. Inhale into Cobra or Sphinx, whatever feels right for you. If you're happy in Sphinx. Up into Down Dog, nice and slowly. Don't have to rush into any of this. We're just enjoying moving our body. Okay. When you're ready, just taking that left foot forward between the hands. I know that's difficult for some of you. So just doing what you can. Gazing up, then feet together. And salute the sun. Nice. Slow flow. Okay, lovelies. Other side, always have to do the other side. So deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Lovely deep belly breaths. Full exhale. Hands to shins, flatten the back, look ahead. And now we do the left side, left leg back, knee down. Just take a pause here and really try and enjoy stretching through the legs. This is really stimulating on all leg meridians. Hands to mat, we come into down dog. Lifting our tailbone, lovely strong arms. Doesn't matter if the heels are down or the legs are straight. It's more about a lovely straight back. Deep breath in. Exhale as we come knees down, buttocks to heels. Flow into Cobra, Bhujangasana or Sphinx, whatever feels right for you. Trying to drop the shoulders from the ears. Up into down dog. And now the right foot comes forward. Gazing up, feet together. Linking thumbs, sweep up. Salute the sun. Lovely. How are you all feeling? Got you moving a bit? You hot? Bit worn out. Okay, take a moment on the mat. Have a moment in Shavasana. Even though that was run round, we're all going to be different levels. Some of us could do 10 of those. Some of us, 1 is enough. Like I always say to you, the pause is just as important as the pose. So taking a pause, whether you feel full of beans or just a little bit drained, notice how this affects your body. Check in with if you can feel different temperatures through your body, where the chi or the prana is shifting. Sometimes when you've worked a lot with the legs, you'll feel different coolness, maybe around the inner thighs, groin. It's you get used to the changes in temperature in your body with different poses. Have a moment just to reflect. If your eyes are closed, tuning into any colour that you see in your mind, any inspiration, ideas, answers to questions. Okay, drawing knees in. Bring the right one in first, then the left one. Take a moment to rock from side to side, or just little circles on your lower spine. It's lovely to activate your digestive system, and it's just good for the spine. Okay. Let's come into twist. So bring the feet to the mat. Knees are bent, arms out level with your shoulders. And we'll hold the poses this time rather than flow. So take a lovely deep inhale. As you exhale, just drop the knees to the right and look towards your left. And notice your knees may not come all the way down to the floor of the mat. Only go as far as is comfortable. If you're getting some twinges in your back, then just loosen the pose. But see if you can release the tension that you may be holding in your buttocks and your lower back. See if your body can let go. And then notice as you do this that your left knee may lift a little and your right leg may sink to the mat more. And drawing your awareness to your breath into the belly, everything may start to just gently soften. We'll take a deep breath in and bring our knees up to center. And exhale, we'll take the knees left and look to the right. Notice where you're tense, perhaps the inner thighs, lower back and buttocks. Deep belly breaths. You can feel the breath move in a twisting motion in the body. Where do you feel this most in your body? Is it the sides of the waist or through the back? Let's just gently take an inhale, bring the knees up to center, and then just find Shavasana. Take your legs down to the mat, arms near to the body, and allow your spine just to realign and reset with your body. If you can feel that, where do you feel it most? Is it possibly lumbar vertebrae? It's good for your spine health and nervous system. Taking some deep breaths. And then we'll draw our knees in gently, one at a time. Again, just have a nice little hug and rock on your back. It tends to just ease out any tightness that you're still feeling. Okay. When you're ready, we'll come up to standing. It's nice to sort of do a sequence and then gently take it down to the mat for a moment, and then we'll come up and do another sequence. Taking your time. If you get a bit dizzy, then just have a moment just to breathe. Okay. We will do the self-salutation. I think we did this last week, I can't remember. So come to the top of your mat. Just follow me through. Now, this does involve pigeon. Anyone who doesn't want to do pigeon, I'll show you quickly. It's the one where it's almost like doing the splits, but with the front leg bent. If you don't want to do that, just come into cat-cow and just do that a few times, okay? Don't aggravate your knees if you don't need to. So hands to heart center. Grounding, lift the arches of your feet if you need to. Just be aware of the foot placement and the four corners of your feet. Okay, release the hands. Take your left foot back. We're going to come into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So the hips are still placed forwards. And we bring the arms up and looking through the hands. When you look down, you should be able to see your big toe and not your little toes, because the knee is covering your little toes, and that way you know that the knee is over the ankle and in alignment. Open your body up, take your right arm forward and your left arm back into Warrior 2. Val, swap your legs around, lovely. That's all right. Otherwise you'll be doing the same side next time. Okay, Warrior 2. Notice how this makes you feel. This is a lovely strong pose. And then bring your elbow to your knee and slide your right arm alongside the head, past Svakonasana, side lunge. Oh, other arm, Val. Sorry, love. Bring your right arm down, not your other one. Right arm onto knee. That's it. I'm just making sure everyone's looking the same way. Okay, this is where we come down into pigeon pose. So bring your hands to your mat. If you don't want to do this, just come into cat-cow or rest in another way. We're going to bend the right knee and then just slide that left leg back. This can be quite an intense pose, but coming on two elbows if you're comfortable. Try and keep the right buttock off of the mat rather than rolling on it. Only doing what your body can do. Well done, love. If this hurts anyone, if you're in pain, please come out, because yoga shouldn't be about pain. It should be about challenging yourself, yes, but if it's painful, don't do it. Can you feel the deepness in the buttock and the thigh? Try and relax. Let the stretch develop. Breathe into the belly and notice if your abdomen is tight and not fully breathing. Okay, lift yourself up. Bring your hands either side of that leg. We're going to turn the back toes under and really slowly, because it's really lovely to get the juiciness out of this squeeze, come up into down dog. And just feel the rush of the fluids, the blood, everything energetically flowing through your body. Coming into down dog now, lifted tailbone. And then a deep breath in. Bring the knees down, and we're going to come into 3 crown rolls. Bring your forehead to the mat. And then inhale, come onto your crown. And then exhale back to your third eye. And again. Really nice and slowly. And then just one last time. So it's so lovely to stimulate these areas because quite often in yoga it's a lot of the lower chakras. And then just rest yourself back either in Hatha Balasana with your arms extended or Balasana where you can bring your hands back to your feet. Whatever feels right. And if you don't want to bring your head too low, then you can ball your fists up and rest your forehead. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Excuse me. This is a really lovely pose for your back. Get some nice stretch through your spine. Deep breaths against your thighs, this lovely compression. Okay, when you're ready, bring your hands either side of your head. And for anyone who gets dizzy, just lift the head ever so slowly. Being aware of how that feels as you come up, just take a moment. And when you're ready, join me standing. And we'll do the other side for self-salutation. Okay, I'm going to just come this side of the mat so that I'm still facing you when I come backwards. We're going to be going back with the right leg. So hands just to heart center. Have a moment to breathe. Notice if you're tight in your breath. So deep breath in. Release arms. Take right foot back. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1. Feel grounded in your foot. Right, quite often we roll into the arch of our foot on our back foot. See if you can tack down the outer edge of your foot. Think about the weight in your front foot as well. Opening into Warrior 2. Left arm forward, right arm back. Feeling strong. Can you feel that in your thighs yet? See if you can dip a bit lower. Parsvakonasana. Your left elbow comes to the top of your knee. And the right arm to the side of the head. Gaze up to the ceiling under the upper arm if you can, if you feel steady enough. And you feel that lovely long stretch from your back foot to your tops of your right fingers. That stimulates your gallbladder channel. Rotate your arm down. We're going to come into pigeon. Bending the left knee. If this doesn't suit you, just cat-cow. And then onto elbows when you're ready. Don't do it, Shirley, if that is aggravating you. Please don't hurt yourself. And then slide. If you're up a little bit in this pose, then just try and sort of slide the leg to the mat. I used to hate this, but I love this one now. It's one of my favourites. I think it's because you'll feel so much. We hold a lot of emotional stuff in our hips. Sometimes unresolved issues are held there and it can be very linked with our fear of the future. Take 2 more deep breaths. And then in slow motion, let's bring our hands not either side of the knee, but into the front to balance us. Turning back toes under, we're going to come up into down dog. Nice and slowly. And feeling prana move through our body. Lovely strong pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, knees down. 3 crown rolls again. So just drop the forehead to the mat, hands either side of the head, and just inhale to crown. Exhale to forehead. Notice if you start to see purple or any other colours that come to mind as we stimulate here. Violet. After 3, just come into child's pose. If child's pose is uncomfortable for you, then more of a puppy pose with the bottom lifted, less of a compression in your knees. And deep breaths against your thighs feels good. Stretch the back. Okay. From here, I'd just like to do an upper body sort of twist. So take your knees wide from this kind of child's pose. Extend your arms out, and we'll do the one where we thread the arms under the opposite arm. So take your left arm and pop it underneath your right armpit, looking towards your hand. And this is a really lovely stretch for your upper back, more than perhaps your lower back. So if you want to twist and you've got lower back issues, it's nice. And then we swap sides. Right arm under the left. And as you turn towards the hand, you can feel this twist in the upper body. Take some deep breaths. Don't hold the breath. Okay, when you're ready, just coming back to centre, walk the hands back to your body. Just rotate yourself back onto your back for a moment. Take Shavasana. Again, just when we come into the pause, we get the opportunity to observe how that sequence felt, how the twist has felt in our body. If we just move through, we don't have the time to reflect. Take some lovely deep belly breaths. And whilst we're here, we can breathe the 3-part yogic breath for a few moments. So breathing into belly, up into chest and towards the head. And a lovely long, slow exhale out. In the 3 parts, belly, chest, head. And exhale. Let the full exhale leave the body, all the stagnant air that gets stuck in the lungs. Feel the belly feel like a balloon, the ribs expand. And enjoying how it feels to breathe and just be so focused in your moment. The mind doesn't have to drift anywhere else. So when you're ready, let's draw right knee in, then left knee. Have a little hug to yourself. Give yourself a bit of self-love. Lift the head towards the knee if that feels nice, just to stretch a bit more through your spine. Taking some deep breaths. Just say to yourself in your mind, I love you. As in, you love yourself, I love you. Notice if that feels comfortable or a bit icky or silly. Notice your inner dialogue when we do things like that. Could roll up to seated. I was listening to someone that I like to do a lot of courses, and someone was saying, can't think who it was, if you can stand in front of your bathroom mirror every day and look in one of your eyes or both of your eyes and 10 times say, I love you, I love you, I love you, to yourself. Notice how it makes you feel, whether you feel daft or whether you feel don't like saying it, if there's a sabotage in there, or whether after a week or so of doing it, you can look in either eye and say, I love you. I love you, I love you, and notice how that feels in your soul, So that's gonna be your homework. To say, look into your eye, in the centre of your eye as you look in the mirror. Where are you washing your teeth? Because you can habit stack when you do things like that, and just say, I love you. Okay, onto hands and knees. We just have a little flex into cat-cow. Are you getting cold yet?
No.
No? Shirley is a little bit.
Turn it off. No.
I will turn it off soon because leave it on for a moment. I'll turn it off soon. Okay, cat-cow lovelies. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, grounding the base of each finger and the base of your palm. Toes and tops of feet connected to mat, neutral spine. Take a moment to tune into breath. And on the exhale, we arch up like a stretching cat. Let the head hang down. Notice how much tension you have in your shoulders. Inhaling, belly drops. lifting the head and tailbone. And just enjoy. This is such a simple movement, but really nourishing for your body. Take a moment to pause at the end of each breath, finding that internal and the external kumbhaka, the retentions. And notice as you do this, whether this does slow the breath, the quality of the breath improves. And the whole difference between yoga and any other exercise program is the combination of consciousness with breath and moving prana around your body. Gently, we can go into wild cat-cow, where we start to rotate the shoulders and the hips in sort of a figure of 8. Still lifting the body up and down, but getting into a side stretch. And everyone will look different when they do this, so just enjoy moving your body in whatever flow it wants to. Listen to your body when you do this. Does it welcome this? Does it invite this movement? We all know when we come into a pose and we don't like it, or we resist it in some way, physically or mentally. Just rotate in the opposite direction a few more times. Close the eyes, just let go and go with the flow. You feel good when you know your body feels good. When you're ready, just coming into a stillness, just take yourself back. Let's come into puppy, actually. Bring the body down. The hips are over the knees, and we come into a lovely heart-melting pose. This is also called heart-melting. Lovely stretch into the shoulders and the arms. This works our meridians in the arms, so heart and lungs and the large and the small intestine. Lovely little stretch into our lower back. Okay. Just bring your body forwards onto your belly now, so almost coming into a sphinx. Actually, let's come into crocodile. So crocodile is where we have our elbows are further ahead than our shoulder, and we get a lovely little bend into our lower spine. Drop the head down, and as you do this, you can feel a lovely stretch through your neck. Notice if your buttocks are tight and your lower back, because often we feel safe when we tighten here, but see if you can let go safely. We're just going to come into some back bends. Just lower your body down now. You make a pillow with your hands. We're going to just progress through some back bends now. Just rest your cheek on your backs of your hands for a moment. Just a little pillow. And as you do this, intentionally breathe quite deeply into your belly and feel your back energy expand here. Imagining that you're storing up your prana for the rest of the day in the belly or the solar plexus. This solar plexus is where we store prana. Okay, coming up into Sphinx. We sort of did this earlier when we flowed through into our sun salutations, but it's lovely just to kind of hold the poses sometimes and not whiz through them in sequence. So in this pose, quite often I see people, ears are up around their shoulders. Try and lift away, have that space between ears. Notice if you're tense in your buttocks and lower back. You may need to feel safe initially, and then just gently letting go. How does it feel? Notice the difference. As long as there's no pain, it's okay if it's a little bit tender and you're exploring your stretch. Make a pillow, just come down. You can twist your head in the opposite direction. And again, some deep belly breaths. Notice if you actually let the whole exhale out and your spine falls to the mat, or whether you kind of still leave some breath in your body. We're so used to day kind of almost half breathing capacity. We take half a breath, we exhale, and before we know it, we're breathing without really letting out all the breath. When you're ready, let's come up into, if you want to, come into Cobra, but if you're comfortable coming back into Sphinx, please do. So we're going to lift up. When we're in Cobra, your elbows are bent. Okay, your pubic bone is still on the mat, your shoulders away from your ears. You will probably feel a little bit tighter in your buttocks and lower back. Don't do it if that doesn't feel right. Gently come down. Okay, not everyone is going to want to do that or can do that, so only go to where you are comfortable. Take a few moments to just breathe, be in your body. We all kind of know our favourite one. It might be lying here with a pillow. Okay, up dog. For those of you that want to come into up dog, I know, Joan, you like to come up into up dog. Arms are more rigid. We lift the body away from the mat. Know your own body. If you can't do this for back reasons or anything, don't do. Lovely. Lower down gently. And let's roll onto our back. Nice and slowly, be mindful. Notice if you feel slightly different in your breath. When we have moved and we've brought the chest up, like we have with some of those poses, just see if it feels different to breathe. Try and relax your back. Notice if you're still holding tension in the muscles that align your spine and through the sides of your back as well. So when you're ready, draw your knees into chest. Right one, then left one. Little rock, little roll, just massage your spine. And then we'll come up to seated. We'll use the bolsters because I know that it's quite nice to relieve your back if it's a little bit tender. Okay. So I know we all love butterfly. I'll show you a few different ways, Charlie, that we do butterfly. So with the bolster, we're getting a little bit into yin and a bit more restorative in this. So sometimes you can just have the bolster like that, or just resting on your feet. Or I know a lot of you like to, especially to relieve your lower back, is to actually come into butterfly like this. So, and then you can just really sink forward. Try all the different ways, because sometimes you'll think, oh, I need more back relief today, or actually if your back doesn't need it, then you can come more into the thighs and the hips, whatever feels nice for you. I think we all do that the same. We like the easy one, don't we? Let yourself just be passive here. I just want you to enjoy this feeling. When we have the knees lifted and wide, we're still kind of enjoying a little bit of stimulation to hips. But it's lovely and supportive on lower back. Just take a few moments to be quiet. Relax your shoulders. Try and let your head become really heavy so that the neck doesn't have to hold the tension. Release through your shoulders and see if you can actually relax the muscles in your face. Relax your cheeks. Try and loosen the chin and the jaw. Notice if you like this pose or whether it doesn't suit you today or you're agitated. Tune into the emotions that arise. When you're ready, you can just take a couple more breaths and lift up slowly. Take Shavasana, take neutral spine. Just move the bolster away. If you've got your moon cushion handy, we'll just come into waterfall, raised legs in a moment. Just take Shavasana. Have a nice long sigh. Enjoy whatever you're feeling, even if you can feel your body has a tightness still. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Notice if the chin just gently dips. As you do that, sometimes the rest of your spine realizes it's tense and it actually relaxes. Soft belly breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll draw the knees in. If you've got your moon cushion handy, we'll raise our legs in a second, either just raising them as you are on the mat, but I like to use the cushion as a little bit of a wedge. Diane's in it already. She loves that. And just lift your buttocks, pop the moon cushion as it curls towards you underneath, and just lift your legs. It's lovely. And I always say, if you've got a cushion at home, most of us have a sofa cushion, and if you can swing your legs up against your lounge wall or your bedroom wall or whatever it is, and just have probably 3 minutes here, it's going to do the world of good for you. Wonderful for your heart. Great for your immune system, your lymphatic system, everything sort of draining in the opposite direction. As we lie here, we can also engage Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi is where we just tuck the chin in a little, so you really lengthen the back of your neck. And it's that sort of snoring breath where we restrict the windpipe. And it sounds a bit like Darth Vader. So just close your eyes, give it a try. The breath becomes slower because it's restricted. Sounds like a snore. Relax the muscles around your eyes. Notice, if you can, what's in your mind's eye. Draw your awareness to Ajna chakra, your third eye. Our center of intuition and wisdom. You can release Ujjayi breath if you're comfortable. And we'll just gently lower the feet down, bend the knees, take a moment, enjoy the slow movement. We'll come into Shavasana just for a breath, and then what I'd like to do is just come seated on the cushions for some meditation before actually lying down in relaxation. So just take a moment here. Notice how, as we come out of raising our legs, how it feels through our back. Notice the breath becoming quite calm and belly-centered. And then when you're ready, we'll just gently bring these in. I'd like to come to seated. Have a little moment to hug and rock. And then just join me up seated. I'd like to do just some meditation where we follow our breath. I'm going to turn the music down a little because it can be distracting. We'll just do a few minutes and then we can come into our nice relaxation that we always do. But so often in life we're always on the go, or we're listening to something, or we're watching something, and it's rare that we have some real quiet time. Rest your hands in Dhyana Mudra, just in one hand on top of the other. Let the thumbs touch. Become comfortable in your spine. Try not to let your head really droop. Try and have the chin sort of almost level with the floor. Close the eyes. Just take a few deep breaths. We're just going to follow our breath. I'm just going to draw you back if your mind wanders off, as it will. The mind will always wander. Just focus on how it feels to breathe into the belly. And relaxing your face. And maybe just focus on the temperature around your nostrils as you breathe. As you breathe in, it's cold. And as you exhale, there's more of a warmth. Try and relax. Stay with your breath. Draw the mind back if you've wandered off onto a tangent. Just trying to find that gap between your thoughts. Staying with the breath. I'd like you to just take 3 more conscious breaths. And just very gently, when you're ready, you can either lie down now with your eyes closed or gently open them to lie yourself down and come into relaxation. That was probably about 5 minutes. Allow yourself to get really comfortable. Just using cushions under knees or blankets. So just allow yourself to begin to relax from the top of your head, the forehead and around your eyes, softening your cheeks and cheekbones, and relaxing the nose and the lips and the chin and jaw, side of the head and the ears and all around your neck and throat. Relaxing your shoulders and your arms all the way down to each fingertip. The front of your body and the back of your body and the sides of your body. All the internal organs and systems just in harmony now, they're balanced. Relaxing buttocks and pelvis, legs all the way down to each toe. Just following my voice as I rotate your consciousness through these objects or scenes and just drawing them to mind. As you lie there, just in your own way, visualize sunshine and warmth. Visualize summer rain. A rainbow of colour. A clear blue sky. The blue sky meeting the ocean. The horizon. See in your mind dolphins playing. And a lonely yacht drifting along on the breeze. Seagulls gliding. And feel the cool ocean breeze. The salt in the air. Waves lapping on the seashore. The soft golden sand supporting your body. feeling the warmth and the stillness. The breath flowing. The in and out of your breath. The still point and the pause between your inhalation and exhalation. The sound of the breath creating a mantra. The deep, quiet rhythm, the evenness of your breath. Allow the body to become suspended by the breath. And you can say to yourself, I am breathing the body. Just stay with this a while longer. Just gently as you lie there. There's no need to move yet. Just come back consciously to the sound of my breath, my voice. And just noticing how it feels for you to breathe. How do you feel physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually? Gently just become aware of your breath a bit more, perhaps a few deep breaths now into the belly. Feeling good. Feeling rested but also stimulated energetically. And then gently you can begin to just start with your fingers and your toes. And perhaps rocking the head a few times side to side. And if you'd like to hug the knees in or stretch the arms out, whatever feels right for you. Take your time, there's no rush. Just come back and be with your body. And just say maybe in your mind a lovely affirmation. I like my body, I love my body. I'm grateful for what I can do. Whatever resonates with you. And then just when you're ready, you can just start to roll to one side. Have a few moments. There's no rush in coming up. Just come up in your own time. I'll invite you to join in with 3 repetitions of Om. It's always lovely to end with Om and how it resonates through our body. So just find Chin Mudra with your fingers and close the eyes. We'll chant 3 times and then there's a small silence after the third Om. Just notice how this feels in your body, in your heart, perhaps your solar plexus and throat. So take a lovely deep breath in. Just notice how that feels in your throat center, your heart. And then bring your palms together, rub the palms, feel the heat. And when they're lovely and warm, bring them over your eyes. The eyes closed still, just blink and look for the colours that you see. Part the fingers, let the light start to come through, and then just bring the hands to your heart center again. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, my lovelies. That's all right, you're very welcome.